fold it around the corner. We fold it on the back side, 45 degrees angle on the back side. And then we have this beautiful edge. Hello friends and followers, and welcome back to a new project. Like I promised in my last video where I painted this beautiful canvas, I want to tell you the whole process, how I bring this canvas to the final stretcher, how I do all the folding and stuff, and also how I package this canvas so that it can fly over to the USA in a secure way. This is what we want to do today. And I already prepared something because usually when I start painting a canvas, I always don't paint on the final stretcher. I paint the canvas on just ordinary roof battens, because on this way I can start painting immediately without needing to have the right size of a stretcher in my storage, because I don't have a stretcher storage at all. And also make the canvas size 15 centimeters in each direction bigger, so that you have enough canvas fabric to fold it around the frame, so that it at the end has beautifully painted sides. I ordered the material that I need for the stretcher online. And the first thing that we want to do is just put all these parts together. And we don't need that much tools for it. It's like Lego. You can put them together and you're fine. I put a piece of wood between it. So all the dents will be in this piece of wood, while the wood of the stretcher stays beautiful. We got a beautiful stretcher. But as I don't like to have a stretcher that is that thin, I will make a second stretcher right underneath it and screw them all together. I think we can do this real quick. So we go over it with some sandpaper. To reduce the risk of any splinters making trouble in any way. At least trouble with my fingers. So now it is all aligned. What we don't know if it is in a 90 degrees angle, use any string to check if this is in a right 90 degrees angle. Just put it from one edge to the other edge, and if it is the same length on the other side, it is. The same. It's perfect. We put this thingy to the side. Try not to make any pressure on it, because if we move it with too much energy, it will be crooked afterwards. Make the table clean and put some fabric on it, so that the surface of the table does not destroy or scratch or do anything bad to the nice artwork. Good. Okay, and by the way, the video of this artwork is linked over there if you haven't seen it already. My best canvas, in my opinion, so far. So, this is a staple removing tool, but you can also use a screwdriver for it and get it out there. With this tool it is just a little bit easier because you can grab the staple and get it out. Another big advantage of painting on a bigger fabric than the final size of the canvas is that we still have some room to adjust it, because we have more room here to the side than on the other side, and I want to adjust it on the final stretcher as well. So this is damn clever. No, it's just based on a lot of mistakes, because I'm self-taught and I made probably all mistakes possible already during the last 20 years of being an artist. As you probably have seen me rolling other canvases and sending them as a roll, you might ask why I don't put this now on a roll and ship it immediately. It is because of the size, because this is a pretty small canvas. I can send it so that the costs are still pretty okayish. While when it's getting bigger, it makes more sense to send it as a roll and let the customer stretch it on the final stretcher. I usually do this when one side of the canvas is longer than 1 meter and 20 centimeters, because then the shipping will be more expensive, because this is large size shipping. And I always roll the canvas with the paint outside, wrapped in a plastic foil, a thin plastic foil, and I put a pipe inside so that you are not able to squeeze the canvas too much, so that there is not that much stress on the canvas and it will not get any creases. Here you can see this is the size of the painting frame and this is the size of the final stretchy stretcher. So, now we need to see how much space we actually have. I think like this. And then we use a little bit of tape, because we have to lay it like this on the table and stretch it while we are not able to see what we are doing. And so it makes sense that you can see, okay, we need to go a little bit higher, like this, and this is perfect. This looks good. Good. As this video is already 3 months late, at this point there should have been an advertisement for the limited print of the canvas, but sadly it is already sold out. But there are still some limited fine art jiggly prints available of my latest artwork, so if you like my art and want to support my channel, please check my website smonova.de. And as we just finished our very first sticker pack, every order will get a pack for free. And also a pair of gloves.
My wife packs all the orders for you while I am editing this video for you. Thanks a lot. We ship worldwide.
I started with such a mechanical staple machine, but as I got lazy over the years, I now use this electric one. And I start in the middle here. Staple, staple. And I go to the opposite side and do the same. And I put some pressure on it. Good. Now I do it on this side here. And do the same on the opposite side. Because if it would start at the sides and work towards the middle, it would be wobbly in the middle. And if we start in the middle and stretch it to the corners, it won't be wobbly anywhere. We just avoid the wobbling. And I always stretch it into this direction and a little bit into this direction. Like, yep. Always stretch it outwards. Stretch it outwards. Stretch it outwards. So now we slowly come to the first corner. Let's make the first corner now. As we know that this format, it will hang like this on a wall. And the bottom and the top part, they won't be visible that much when this hangs on a wall. So the sides have to be the most beautiful. And as we know that the sides will be the most beautiful, we will fold the corners in a way that the side is completely nice. We know that we want to see on this side, this has to be the beautiful side. So we take the side, fold it in here, so that the side goes around the corner. We fold it, we take the side, fold it in a 45 degrees angle like this, and then we got a beautiful edge. Last time over here. Side will be visible. We fold it around the corner. We fold it on the back side, 45 degrees angle on the back side. And then we have this beautiful edge. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good.
You can see here that I work with the staple machine, always with two or three staples, and then I switch from the side to the bottom over there and do the leftover part afterwards.
And like you can see, I always lift the frame a little bit so that I can pull the fabric underneath the frame like this, and then I push it all down and put a staple in it. No, I don't do it, just right the moment right afterward. Now suddenly the artwork is so much smaller. It has beautiful sights. Good. So, next step. Removing the tape. Good. Next step. It's the most dangerous of all the steps. So now we cut along here. So, I don't want to say that there is a right way how to do it, but in my opinion this is the most practical way to do it. This was step 1. Step 2 is now building a nice box where we can put the canvas in to send it to the US. Okay. And this is how the canvas will hang at the customer's house. Now you can see that the edges and the sides are extremely smooth. It is a very, very nice stretched.
Yo, now to the box. As this was a really long process and I do not want to annoy you with unprofessional woodworking skills, I just want to give you 2 or 3 tips on the way. I always nail the box on one side and use screws on the other side where it is meant to be opened. If you have a table saw, it works perfectly to saw the styrofoam as well, because you need to get the styrofoam into the right size to fill the negative space of the canvas. I do this because you can never be sure if not somebody steps on the box somewhere on the way between Germany and the other side of the planet. So it will not break. So always fill the inside of the canvas with styrofoam. The canvas itself gets wrapped in plastic to avoid any rubbing between the styrofoam and the artwork. Plus, as a protection against water if the box gets wet during transportation. Yo! And at the end, the whole canvas is protected from inside with styrofoam against squeezing, plastic foil against water, 2 layers of styrofoam, 1 layer of wood and another layer of plastic foil plus a lot of tape.
This thingy will fly over to the USA now. And I hope to see you in the next project. I don't know if there are still some prints left over of the artwork in there, you can check out my shop, smonova.de/shop. Maybe you can find something there. Oh, there's a little bit of styrofoam in there. Yeah, see you in the next project.